Technology! Toilets! Tech on Tuesday!
Hey there, Mahana fans! It's me, the internet's Miklos Mahanahan, hanging out here in the Mahana workshop, ready to share with you some of the finest Kickstarted or Indiegogo'ed products that the internets currently have to offer. Robots, again. Robots, androids, automatons, mechanoids, bots. No, that's just short for robots. No matter, whatever you want to call them for now, eventually it will likely be master. But before that time comes, Mahana fans, we will have to give them form. And in this case, what better form than our own? With their already tireless, perfectly balanced robot legs and the crushing strength of their robot arms, it's certainly a good thing that we haven't given them eyes just yet, am I right? Just kidding. Thanks to computer vision, photogrammetry, and 3D scanners, the robots of tomorrow are quickly gaining extrasensory perceptions at a truly impressive and alarming rate. We've already seen robots that can tell small animals from potted plants, identify intruders, and categorize balls by size, but that is not enough. So today, Mahana fans, let's take a look at the next generational robotic consumer products that will help us usher in this reign of probable terror. Today, let's tech talk about 3D devices, scanning everything they can get their beady little eyes on. 3D devices. Number 3. The Taylor Truck with 3D body scanning, the future of custom, from Arden Reed. Arden Reed no longer exists. Oh, okay. We're getting that out of the way right up top. Over the years, Arden Reed was either absorbed by or changed its name to Hive and Colony in an obvious bid to attract the hotly sought-after apiarist demographic. But the heart of what Hive and Colony either became or acquired was the Taylor Truck concept. A truck with a tailor in it that drove around and did mobile clothes stuff. Before we learn how all of this fits into the all-seeing eyes of our machine replacements, let's hear what Arden Reed's big idea was in the first place, ignoring the pseudo-political propaganda and subtle toxic masculinity.
Have you ever had the experience of feeling totally confident?
Yes, why?
A moment when people seemed impressed by you before you even said a word?
Well, yes. I run several of my own shows via multiple streaming media platforms on all 3 of the internets. That sort of hustle comes with a certain level of esteem. Player, as they say, recognizes player.
This is presence. Men like Reagan, Roosevelt, and Kennedy understood this.
This is also why twice impeached Florida man Donald Trump uses Scotch brand tape to secure his ties to his shirt. Presence.
They understood that how you present yourself has a huge effect on how you're perceived. Dress like you give a damn, like you're ready to seize the day, and people will think of you as such.
Okay, we've got the message. Behind every powerful man is a powerful suit. Or on him, I suppose. After all, take away the Iron Man suit and all you are left with is American film and television actor Anthony Stark, who played the character The Jimmy on one episode of the sitcom Seinfeld, if our target audience experienced or remembers the 1990s of the last millennium. Arden Reed wanted to keep their costs down and pass the savings on to the end consumer, so instead of building a brick-and-mortar tailor location, they built a truck.
The truck will be outfitted with a display area, seating area, and a measurement room. On top of this, we're adding a 3D body scanner, built with the latest technology.
This let Arden Reed take a 1.5 million point full body scan, all good to within 5 millimeters, and create a perfectly fitting outfit for anyone. So far so good, right? Arden Reed scanned thousands of bodies with their truck, and their next Kickstarter aimed to use those crowdsourced scans to narrow all of us down into nine size-fits-all shapes. And I'm pretty sure nothing nefarious happened with all of that personal data. It's not like the company chose to change its name for some reason, or head on over to hiveandcolony.com and sign up for a 3D scan and fit today. Number 2. Zeus. The first and only device that allows users to 3D scan, print, copy, and fax objects with a touch of a button from one device, from AIO Robotics. The fax machine was and continues to be one of the most perplexing and difficult to explain devices to ever come out of the research and development labs of the Xerox Corporation, and can be summed up thusly: a telephone that uses modem noises to print out legal documents and catalog forms. But ever since laying our eyes on the magic of sending a copy of our driver's license to a corporate head office for a credit check, we've swooned for the ultimate in facsimile technology, full-on Star Trek-style teleportation and replicators. Thanks to the dutiful scientists at AIO Robotics, we still have a very long way to go before we even approach something that might begin to resemble that kind of convenience. Zeus is another device that is pronounced in only capital letters, so it kind of looks like you're shouting every time you write it down. And Zeus is absolutely a very proper noun. This is Zeus. It is not a Zeus. Each unit is Zeus. Do not put more than one Zeus in a room at a time, or some serious Highlander shit will take place.
There can be only one!
Using Zeus is easy. First, find an object that is smaller than the Zeus scan chamber, which actually seriously limits functionality. Put the object inside and push a button. And kaboom! The object gets scanned using a depth-sensing camera and a rotating floor. That was a weird sound effect that we used for that. Save the object to memory, then print a new one, or send the object to print on another Zeus. Note, not in the same room. I mean, that sounds pretty neat, until anyone who has ever owned a fax machine remembers that time they were the victim of a fax machine prank, which seems fairly harmless when it's dicks printed out on paper, but the first time you're faced with a giant bright blue three-dimensional one that's eaten up all of your PLA filament, you're probably going to feel differently. And the tech has some serious conceptual flaws that I believe consumers will find disappointing. For instance, have a friend with their own Zeus? Want to fax them the new shoes you just bought so they can try them on? Yeah, no, that absolutely will not work at all. Put a shoe in on your side, and on the other end, out pops a single-colored, solid plastic version, which is extremely uncomfortable. And the restriction isn't limited to the leathers and rubbers of shoes, either. Put in glass, get plastic. Put in wood, get plastic. Put in stone, I mean, you get it. So how is the campaign for Zeus going? Not great, it looks like. The funding period ended in, oh my god, 2013. October of 2013. Making Zeus today's official retro product of the past. It's a thing we're trying out now. If you go to the AIO Robotics website, it does not appear possible to purchase Zeus, and the site itself seems pretty defunct. They sold a 3D printing pen at one point, but their blog hasn't been updated since 2016, and if you listen closely, you can hear crickets. Bored crickets. Playing Yahtzee. Number 1. Creality CR Scan Lizard capturing fine details of view. 0.05mm ultra-high accuracy, no marker scanning, one-click optimization, black and bright adaptation from Creality. The CR Scan Lizard is a product with kind of a silly name, but a fire Kickstarter video. I mean, it's well shot, it isn't full of stock footage, it's got some jazzy music, it demonstrates use case scenarios and shows how the product works. At first watch through, I'm not even sure what I'm going to make fun of. I mean, featured in my breakdown. There's this guy's hair, I guess. It's pretty... well, I mean, it's too perfect. Now I feel bad. Use the CR Scan Lizard to scan and print car parts, fish, or maybe lizard mugs, black objects, shoes, toys, dead animals, other people's intellectual property, and all kinds of fine and classical art pieces. Become a counterfeit art magnet and purchase your own villa. According to the CR Scan Lizard's Kickstarter story, just like its name, Lizard, the scanner we bring can acutely capture the finest detail with a whopping accuracy of up to 0.05mm. I did not realize lizards were naturally able to scan at such high resolutions. I also did not realize lizards were computer peripherals. Experience up to 0.05mm accuracy, marker-free scanning, and single-click model optimization with CR Scan Lizard. By the time this video goes up, the CR Scan Lizard will still have approximately 3 weeks left on its current funding round, and over $1.7 million has already been pledged, fully funding the project's original $12,819 goal and pushing Creality into stretch goals. Congratulations! Bonus product. PanoScan, the best affordable smart 3D scanning system for human scale, from PanoScan. The man behind PanoScan has a particular goal, namely a scanner that can scan a large object, up to 3 meters by 3 meters by 3 meters. Let's hear more about the creator's vision, directly from his mouth.
Do you want to make her 3D printed you or your lover?
Never mind. Tech Talk Tuesday, now with official retro product of the past segment. If you can't solve a problem, promote it as a feature. The Google approach.